Hello, this is Tasha from TashaSays, and I am here to give a 6 month update. So I've just had my sixth period on Skyla, and I'm here to give you an update on how things went this time. Last time I was here to update, it was not a good time. I effectively had my period, I think, for like almost 2 weeks last time, and it was just very frustrating. This time went a little better. I got my period, and as I've mentioned before, I use an app on my phone, My Days, to kind of predict since it's gotten irregular. Since my period has gotten irregular, I use an app to predict when my period is going to come. So I did that, and it actually came a day later than what the app predicted. So I was, pretty prepared. In your body, you kind of get used to feeling what it feels like when you're about to start. So that was fine. Day one of my period, the cramps were pretty bad this time. So I ended up having to take something, and they were pretty intense. However, remember last time when I said my period was very, very light? And I figured that this was for month 5 that I'm talking about, that my period was very, very light. And I was thinking, hey, maybe it's coming up to the time where my period is going to, stop. Since that is what happens, or what can happen really with Skyla. And I've pretty much heard that that is what happens with women. So I remember I said that. Well, no, that did not happen this month. In fact, it was heavier than what it was last month. So last month I didn't use tampons at all. I believe that's what happened. I didn't use tampons at all this time. I needed them the whole time. This time I had my cycle for 7 days, so for a full week. And it was I used regular tampons, which is still lighter than what I normally would have to use, which used to be super. So I used the regular tampons. Period was 7 days. Now, 7 days period is over, right? Great, because the last time, I told you I kind of did that really, really light bleeding thing for a while after. Day 8, I started doing that, which I'm assuming is spotting. So I started spotting on day 8. And that lasted until day 11. So it wasn't nearly as bad as last time, because last time it was enough to end up in my panties and me needing to wear a panty liner. This time it wasn't that. I only knew it happened because I looked at my tissue when I wiped. So still spotting for a few days after my period. I'm not sure what that's about. Am I concerned? No. I just think it's something that my body is going through with the IUD. I might call and speak to my doctor just to make sure that everything is on the up and up. But I haven't had any other symptoms. I'm not in pain. I felt for the IUD. It is still in place. I feel my strings. So when I say I felt for the IUD, I mean, of course, I felt for the strings, and they're still in place. There hasn't been any shift or change in there. I don't feel any of the plastic coming out of my cervix. So everything else is fine. I just don't know where this whole spotting situation is coming from. If you remember, and if you watched the cycle 5 video, I was very, very I was not a happy camper with what happened last time. And I was like, if this is going to continue to happen, then I'm going to have to get off of Skyla. That's not going to work. But as of now, I'm okay. Just kind of trying to ride this thing out and see what's going to happen. So that is my month 6. Other than that, everything else has been fine. I am just keeping track to see what's going to kind of happen. Trying to see what's going to happen with month 7, which these week-long periods are really throwing me off, because week-long and then plus 4 extra days of spotting are throwing me off, because I then just have, I think my period is supposed to come back in 2 more weeks, if I remember what I'm looking at. Because when you go that long, my ovulation date is, day 14. So I'm spotting up to day 11. Day 14 is when you ovulate. And then, roughly, and then 2 weeks later, you have another period. So I'm really wishing that this period thing would kind of level off and shorten. But hey, I can only do what I can do and wait for my body to tell me what it's going to do, and we will move forward and see what happens from then. That is my update for month 6. Not too much to report. Just now continuing with that whole spotting situation. That's the biggest change that's happened for the past 2 months. So month 5 and then month 6. I'll continue, of course, to keep track, and I'll let you guys know if there have been any other significant changes. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Continue to do so. And don't forget to go to TashaSays.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.